What's up, guys? I'm back temporarily for a little bit here. Just wanted to give you guys a little insights on what I've been doing and give you a little taste of where I'm at in terms of trading. Today we're just gonna be trading the US100 as usual, but today's a little different since I've been working on something very big and it's starting to pay out, and it is affecting my trading substantially, and as a result you guys get to benefit from it. So that's why I'd like to show you this video, since in terms of structure it is working at this moment, and I would like you guys to see how it has changed my trading, and well, you guys can benefit from it too, and how I want to take another break, as in this is just a checkup. I just want to continue this break and try and get the most out of it to then come back online and start filming again, so that you guys could further benefit from it to the fullest. Really is what I am looking for right now. It's still a work in progress, but I'm starting to see the fruits of my fruits of my labor grow. I was about to say loom, fruits of the loom. Yeah, not a brand there, buddy. All right. So we're just gonna do a breakdown, normal day, just different kind of trading I do, right? We'll see what's up, I guess, right? All right. So we're just gonna do a breakdown now. It's 128. So we're gonna start looking for entries around 130. I'm not gonna look to like enter right away, of course. I'm just gonna observe the market more attentively and pay attention to certain things as usual, guys. Nothing has really changed. So basically right away, as I see in the lunch session, we did take out this high, still have this imbalance left, equal highs. Right now it's 128. We're immediately dumping off in this imbalance at the lower part of this imbalance as well. Sorry, I had to delete that. That was with constant concursion over here, just to see how we'd react over here. That wasn't I'm not paying attention to that right now, so it's not useful. Just get rid of it. So we're selling off right now at the lows of these. It's got this. It's still relatively equal, and at 130 we usually do go on opposing liquidities, so and we still have this imbalance yet to get rebalanced. So I'd like to see if we could come up here, take this out, rebalance portion of it, not all of it, and come back down and come for these lows, because we're ultimately bearish, and I want to see it to the left. I'm not looking to go long, guys. If it goes above this SIBI, if I see a high probability target here that I see that price may want to go to, then I'll look to possibly take a small little scalp to the upside. I'm not looking to take a big move to the upside, guys. I'm not really looking to go long at all, like I said. But let's see if there's anything else here. We took out this low here clearly. We have this low and we have this low. That's what I see right now. If we get a lot of displacement below this low, we could possibly target this. Like, it's really not the best price action. Let me go on the hourly. So we have these lows here. This is what I'm paying attention to right now. And if we come and take these lows, I see this part here that is not balanced properly. So I will mark that out, and that could be a potential target of the day. If it hits there, I'm gonna be done for the day, really. If I take a trade to the downside, that'll be my last exit. My exit of the trade, so it basically would complete my day, regardless of what would happen, if we get there or not. Or if we get there and we're in trade done, this is basically my target to the downside. We do have a longer term unfilled 4 hour here. Not really going to be looking to target that. This is more of a low hanging fruit objective. I'm more keen to taking that. So And we don't need to take big moves like that. I could easily triple my money by just going here. Easily triple. I could do 4 times, maybe even 5 times, depending on how big the stop loss is. But I'm not really looking to make big ones. I'm just looking to be consistent, right? So do have this huge candle here. So once we close in 27 minutes, or around 2 o'clock, we could potentially get that move up, take out this high, fill this imbalance in a little bit, then start to make a move lower, or we could just leave it open, right? We don't have to close it in. Who says we have to close it in? If we're ultimately bearish, who says we have to go back up and close it in and go back down? If we're ultimately bearish and we have liquidity down here, who says we have to go back up, right? So there's multiple little scenarios there that I just put in your mind, basically saying that there's no reason for us to go up if we're ultimately bearish, higher time frame and whatever. So don't be stuck on a bias is basically what I'm saying. All right, what was that? Yep, so I'm going to be literally just marking in my journal what my thoughts are going into this afternoon session. A bunch of buy side up here created. We did take this out, like I said earlier, guys. We took this out in lunch, but barely. That was my usually after, this is some sauce here, guys, so pay attention. My god, I can't speak. Usually after 11:30, guys, there is a macro that comes into play, and it usually targets opposing liquidity that was the overall move of the morning session. It'll target the opposing liquidity. Is this and this? No, opposing, which means we went down and the opposing move is up, so we take out buy side, not sell side. So that's why I marked out this relatively equal, and guess what, there's also an imbalance too. So we didn't really fill that out. Sorry guys, just give me a second. Sorry about that, guys. Already looking to create sell side down here, which is pretty nice. I want to see if we can come back up, like I said, around 2 o'clock or whenever, to come take out this, to then head lower. That's what I'm basically going to be looking at. There was really no buy side that was taken here. This isn't enough really for me to be like confident in a move lower for me to take. Of course, I'm confident that we could definitely go lower, but I want to be confident in my trade that it'll go lower. So I wouldn't take a trade if we just decide to go lower without taking out some sort of buy side. And let's say guys, if we went lower and confirmed that we were going to head even lower, that confirms that this was taken out buy side. So then I would like to take a trade. But since if we stay in this little range, we could definitely take out this and then reverse. So if we come down here, the market has to prove to me and break some sort of PDRA on the 5-minute, or just show me that we changed in state of delivery and are continuing to want to hold bearish order flow to the downside and target lower objectives. Then I'd be like, okay, then this was acting like that sweep that I mentioned earlier, and it clearly was enough. Then we want to head lower. But if we take out one of these sell sides, we could definitely reverse. So I'm just paying attention to that and being aware that we could definitely reverse up, and I don't want to be in that. So I'm just gonna create a little breakdown for my journal, guys. Just give me a second. Guys, I take pride in my journal. Leave me alone. Bro, just had to add that in there. Don't worry about it. It's already looking really disgusting. I'm not really paying attention to that. I just want to see my model liquidity taken, basically just my model and making sure it's clear, high probability, and well, holding bearish order flow and holding my buys. We'll see. All right, guys, you don't know 100% where the market's gonna go. So right now, this is a clear draw after we come take this out. So right now, this is the draw. After this comes and gets taken out, hold this area. This becomes the draw next, and then well, we have AM lows here and lunch lows here. So this low right here is the lunch low, not this, because this is 11:55. 12 to 1:30 is the lunch, and 9:30 to 12 is AM. So this is AM low right here. This is my ultimate or like target where I'm gonna be taking most of my profits off of, and I might leave a runner down to here. I don't really need to, really. If we come up here to get out an entry in here, let's say, that's already 100 pips. Like I don't really need to come all the way down here. That would be like 200 pips. That's pretty big. But nowadays with all this volume, 200 pips isn't that much. So not really paying attention to this. I'm paying attention to mostly this one here. I just want to see what happens, what reactions we get off of this one. It's an old one. It's from last week on Friday. But is it the first one? No. Well, the first fair value up on Friday on the 5-minute was here, just in the upper portion. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, guys. Let's do that breakdown. Let me check if there's any news. I'll show you guys what's up. Yeah, there's no news there. Alright. Let me just check some stuff off here. Now if we form a divergence at the highs with the US500, that'll be a different story, and I'm checking that right now. Kind of have a divergence, but I still would like potentially something like to go up here and sweep this. Kind of sweep this. We have a divergence here. Inversion here. If we close below, this is pretty much, it's a lower probability setup. We have the S&P, we have everything except for the change in state or like some market structure shift. So, and we didn't take out the highs. It's just like, I would pass, guys. So don't take this. It's a lower probability step. It could play out, guys. Don't be surprised. We have nice lows here. I do want us to hold this, potentially this reveal gap here. Not this orange one. I'm talking about this one here. I'll mark that out for you guys so you guys can see. I'd prefer us to hold this one as support, to then head up and take out these highs and snap back lower below this low right here. This would be low. This is what I'm talking about. And then get an entry off of that with the change in state and all the high probability confluences I'm talking about. That's what I prefer. Don't really want to see this hold as resistance. Let's see if we could break back above it, take something out here. Or if the, let's see if as well as the US500, if that could take out this high, and I wouldn't expect the 100 to take it out, and then we get that divergence, and then we get a nice sell-off with the 2022 model, looking to target this, and then this. Probably gonna just cut it all off over here. Don't really have to let her run all the way down here. I don't really care that much, to be honest. Still holding this imbalance quite nicely with this order block. So let's see if we can keep holding this area, or do we sell off? Not really sure here. Just want to keep paying attention. We also have a new day opening gap on Wednesday of the previous week over here, so that could act as a form of resistance as well as the consequent encroachment of this imbalance here. Is like, if you're new at trading, I understand if you guys are getting nervous in this. This is very choppy, but I kind of see my way around it right now, and with my recent explorations and other endeavors has helped me with this in trading. So I could kind of see around it. And if I notice that it's actually truly just seek and destroy, which means it keeps going back and forth, sell side, buy side, sell side, buy side, I know that, and I'll identify it and then get out of the markets and take a rest day or whatever, or just back test it with fake money, or not even just fake money, just tape read it. Tape reading is basically when you just guess or just like try and like determine where the market's gonna go, where it's gonna bounce off of, where it's gonna target, where it shouldn't go, and don't put fake money, don't put your biases on it. Just put a raise and see how it reacts to it, basically. So basically the US100 and 500 came up and didn't take out any high, so I think this is a fake move to the downside. Since we do have this area, we did hold this constant encroachment, but I do think this is a fake move to the downside, and we literally just came up to do nothing. So I would like to see something else form here. Not going to be getting teased into that move lower. An example for seek and destroy would be, let's say if the market came lower, took out this low, and then came higher, took out this high, came lower, took out this low, and these lows, and then started chasing again highs, and after that it's game over. How I would determine it as soon as possible and figure out that it's in the market environment right now, present there, and I want to get out, is if literally, for example, for today, if we did this, something like this, if we came down, took this low, and then went up and took out these highs, I'd be like, okay, yeah, we're kind of in a choppy environment, guys. I'm probably just going to tape read it. You guys could walk alongside with me on my tape reading session, but I'm not trying to put money up in a market that is not probable for something playing out. So yeah, if it comes down to take this low, expect these lows to get targeted next. I'm not really going to be expecting us to come back up here, and if it does, then we're in a improbable condition, and I will be sitting on the sidelines. Just look at that. Look at how we're holding that. I still don't care about that, really. I want to see us something like someone go take out these highs, or even this short-term high. See if the US 500 wants to come take this out, form an SMT or something. Like, we're doing nothing right now. I'm literally just sitting on my hands, literally not planning on doing much right now. We do have FOMC tomorrow, so you shouldn't expect much today, especially to like come down all the way over here is not expected. For a low hanging fruit entry exit would be this 100% this, definitely not this. This is it. This is where you want to get out most of your position, and you could easily get a 2x off of that. Let's say you come here, so sweep liquidity, break a structure here, back into here. Let's just say you enter here, stop loss at 30 pips, 1.96 right there at this low, almost a 2x, pretty much a 2x. That's where you get out most of your position, and this is a heavy stop loss. And I'm saying worst case scenario, you get in at this area, at this price, and that's a pretty bad price. If we take out this high, like, it'd be a really bad price. I'd say like it's more realistic if we take out the high, your stop loss would be up here, and price would come lower, you enter somewhere at the consequent encroachment area, something like this. So it's pretty much the same stop loss, but you have more of a run to the downside now. So instead of being just below 2x, it's just above it, kind of thing. All right, guys. So if you guys are feeling a little bit like, oh, this is too close, and you don't want to take most of your profits there, you could easily just target this right here, this area. You'll get an extra 8 pips on that. I know it's not much, but that's all I see right now. Get rid of that. I want to see the US100 take out this high. I'd prefer the US100 not take it out. So we get that SMT like this. And let's say we did get that SMT right now. I'll look to get that change in state below here, drive below there like that, into somewhere here if we get that fair value gap, and take out most of my profits down here. Something like that. Most of my profits at a 2.8x. And then I'll leave a runner. Not for the ultimate draw, I'd probably just leave it for here. Just why not, right? Either here or here, it really doesn't. Because this isn't the ultimate draw, I feel like. It's definitely this one. So this is like still in the low-hanging fruit kind of section, I guess you could say. This section is definitely low-hanging fruit. This is like more longer term. I want to see, I'm going to draw the line here on the US 500. I'll show you guys how close we are at on the US 500. That's that high that I'm talking about on the US 100. I want to see that get taken out so we get that SMT. Right now there's still really nothing. We do have the SMT right here, so if we do get that change in state and whatever I was talking about before, that still would be a setup, but I would say lower probability, and on this day I probably would just sit on the sidelines. I'm not sure, I don't see the setup, I want to see like displacement. If I see everything, then I probably would take a little stab at it, but I really do want to be patient today and not force anything on the market, since we do have FOMC tomorrow, meaning that this afternoon session could be a little bit choppy. I did make a couple calls this morning. I didn't trade this morning since we didn't have any news, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna sit on the sidelines. I made a pre-market call right here. This was my idea. It wasn't on this, actually it was on this, so a little bit worse risk. Stop there. Entry right there. It's a little bit higher. Okay. Like that. Stop at this high. 15 pips stop. And my first take profit was here. 1 to 1.9, sorry. Second. I forget where my second was, honestly. I think it was here, this thing. This right here. I had 2.5, and I just let a runner go to the new weekly open gap. This is just an example of tapering. I didn't really even put like fake positions in the trade. I literally just put this tool up, and I used a line as my stop loss, and I started dragging it down and took all take profits. Alright, yeah, so we're starting to get that, took the high, we hit the high here, got that displacement down, so really a short here wouldn't be too bad. First TP at this low, second at this low, third at that low, looks pretty good. Got the SMT going, change in state, fair value gap, higher time frame, low time frame fair value gap. So let's see if we get that entry or whatever happens here, guys. 25, so 40. If we do take out this low, or really like if we come back into this imbalance and just come back up, it's kind of ugly. I would still most likely take this trade here, but definitely if we took this low and then came back up, I would not look to take a trade up here. And obviously if we form fair value gaps down here, I'm not going to take it to look to target this at all. This is like a longer term break of structure here, so I kind of like that. And there's like a 5-minute change of state. Yup, 5-minute change in state, so that's pretty nice. So we get that retracement here, all the way back into the lower portion and just above where my entry is. I would like to see us come up a little bit above this little fair value up there into my bigger one, because we got a bit of a better entry. Just get a little stab up into it. Come on, just a little bit more and we'll be in the trade. Looking to take out those lows. Okay, it doesn't really look like we'll be getting the entry, but we'll see here. Pretty much hit there, just a little bit higher. See if this candlestick could tap it. Oh my god, it was so close to it. Let's see if we get that. See this candle close. I don't want to see the next one stab up higher and then start selling off. If we take out this low, then we're probably just going to dump lower. So yeah, hopefully we just close this candlestick, not too low. Because if we close too low, then we're just most likely just going to come take this out. See if we get that immediate rebalance to head lower. We did slightly take out the low. Starting to get a little bit of a retracement here to rebalance this portion here. And it is sufficiently rebalanced here, so I'd like to see if we do get some displacement to the downside. Just expect this to get inverted, and then we could trade back into it and then target these lows. So missed entry here, guys. Super close to my entry. Of course you can enter into this little volume imbalance here, but I really want to get a better price, which is okay, and enter up here, which is fine. Little missed opportunity. Yeah, super close, but didn't hit it. So I'm sitting on the sidelines here, waiting to see if something else transforms, or if we sit on, or if we go about our day and do nothing, which is completely fine. Now, if for some reason we would come up to here, it would be ultimately lower probability, so I wouldn't enter anymore. What I would do is come up into this fair value gap, take out this high, so that's a sweep, and rebalance into this, and of course this, rebalance, and then start to form a model lower to then take a trade off of that. I would no longer take a trade off of this anymore. Took out this low, and yeah, that's all I needed for me to not want to take this anymore. So waiting for some other potential opportunity, or like I said, just gonna be sitting on the sidelines. Where could we retrace to? Order block right here, fair value out. See if we would go lower in this boxed off area that I will mark in. See if in this area we can get a nice drop down into this area, quick, sudden, because we had this nice clean move. I expect this to be just a quick little rebalance here to then drop lower for this. Look at that, we just hit that constant encroachment, which is the midpoint of this imbalance to the T. Now you could expect some downside movement to these lows here. See if we get some displacement here for this low, and then ultimately, well, these are close, so those lows as well. I'm not really expecting us to come back up and into this area here. I'm expecting us to leave that open while we take out these lows. So if we come up, fill this in, then the market has another move, or maybe it's just bad price action. So either or, I'm not in the market. I don't have to worry about securing positions or managing my stop. I'm out. I didn't get the entry, which is cool. The trade's still somewhat playing out here, but yeah, so I'm just observing. See if you get that change in state here. It should be a nice downside way lower if we come over here and touch this line. As soon as we touch this line, it should be a nice way lower. I would like to see displacement now. We closed right at constant encroachment. I'd love to see this candle be nice and big and just touch this. As soon as we touch this, this is nice to head on lower. There we go. Let's see a nice move lower now. Changing state. Constant encroachment. I really wouldn't want to see price come above this line here. I'd like to see if we get that continuation move to the downside. Let's get a big nice move now. Stab right through this low. See that if we get that displacement, and if we could ultimately reach these lows with that one displacement. It's still pretty close, so I think we can do it in one displacement, just rock it lower. Come for this now. immediate rebalance. This is where I would like to see price turn around. We got the immediate rebalance here. I'd like to see it turn around here. The most I would like to see it come up to is this. Really, if we're strong to the downside, we wouldn't go much above this area here to then turn over for this. We're a little bit hesitant to reach this low, which is giving me the impression that price is just when we were going to want to come down to this low, we're just going to smash down for it. That's what you usually get when you consolidate just above a sell side liquidity. You usually will, then when the market wants to reach it, it'll smash right through it, and expect this area to get matched up with that buying pressure afterwards. I'm not saying it's going to bounce off here, I'm just saying as soon as we take out this liquidity, it gets matched here. That's why if we want to come for this, you would ultimately just take out your profits here. You don't have to take it out here, so it's just like a little bonus, little extra money if you want. See us go lower now. I don't really want to see us come much above this line. I want to see us smash below this low here. We ended up coming up to this volume imbalance. This is ultimately as far as I expect price to go up to then come for this. We also have this order block, so if we come above this, then we have potentially some other objectives in mind, but ultimately I'm still paying attention to this area here. not what I expected, to be honest. We are starting to trade above this buy side and bounce sell side efficiency. So, sorry, sell side and bounce buy side and efficiency, and it looks like we might want to invert it. It's hard to tell right now. Market is not doing really what I've marked out it would do, so it's kind of like a little bit messy and choppy and hard to read. So this would be a good time to start to manage your stop loss and take profits, and take a profit under this low. Still wait for this, but ultimately start trailing down your stop loss, because right now it is holding bullish. PD raise indicating bullish order flow, which then will then start targeting buy side, which is what you want to watch out for, because that's where your stop loss will be placed. And so might as well just start trailing it lower, right?